Hey, good people. It's Siobhan, and I haven't been over here in a very long time, but I'm here, and I'm going to bring a guest. But if you don't know, I am the founder of Seated with Strangers, and I am trying to do better with jumping on and talking like I do on my page. But y'all, sometimes I just forget and I don't come over here sometimes, but I'm gonna do better. Hi, Ron. But I wanted to do a live, and I'm bringing one of my good homegirls from one of our dinners because I wanted to chat because I always want to get other people's perspective because I think Seated with Strangers is amazing, but I want to get other people's opinion about it. And wait, have I done this in a long time? Uh, let's see. I want to add her. Why can't I find it? What am I doing wrong? There we go. I'm up here trying to find you. I found you. Let's see. I did it right
We got it. We
because
got
I
it.
haven't done this in so long. And then I had to put a real good filter because I was looking like I need to be in the sun for 29 years
Oh,
before
I
I.
didn't even put. I didn't even know you. Look, wait a minute. Hold
You
on.
can at the bottom. I got filter and
Wait a
lashes.
minute. Let me go through those and see what they got.
I got filter and lashes. Like, okay, what y'all not gonna do is see that I need some sun.
I'm saying, I, I guess you can't really. Either way, I'm gonna need some sun.
I need it. I did. And it's cold and it's winter time, so I'm looking like pale. Hi, one of my favorite people in the whole wide world is also on this live waving. I had to wave. Hi, Angela. I just was listening. I gotta say this to her first. I was listening to your podcast. I gotta send it to you because you'll like it. I'm gonna send
Oh,
it to you. I was listening to you and the husband's podcast episode today. It was so good. I only got like 5 minutes left, but it's good because she's hilarious and you will like it. Okay. I did my spiel before you came in, but I want you to introduce yourself and then we're gonna get started because I know you got a life and stuff to do.
well, my name is Romeia. I go by Beige Bunny on everywhere, really. Um, like, do I give a bio or is that enough?
That's enough.
Okay.
That's enough because I know you gonna say what you want to say. I thought about it after I was like, I needed to give her a disclaimer. But
I'm gonna keep.
she's
I'm gonna keep it cute.
okay. I was like, she's gonna be on her best behavior.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I kind of give you a heads up, but the reason why I wanted to do this is because I feel like people always are like, oh, I don't know about Seated with Strangers. I don't know if I should go. So I wanted to ask you first, what made you decide to actually go to one of our dinner parties? Because it is very random.
It is very random. I'm a random person,
Hmm.
though. I very much am like do it for the plot, do it to have a story. Um, and I developed that out of like working in corporate because
Hmm.
you want to engage with them but not tell them a lot about you. So if I have a lot of stories, they feel like they know me. And so I was scrolling on Instagram, which is rare because I'm a TikTok girly.
We be in the TikTok streets.
I'm definitely a TikTok girly, and so I happened to be scrolling on Instagram, and I saw an ad for See It with Strangers, and I had never heard of it, but I saw like the concept, and I said, okay, and I immediately went and got my ticket. Um, I I didn't honestly expect to formulate friendships out of it. Honestly, I didn't. I didn't because it's just, and I'm sure we'll talk
Mhm.
about this later. Like it's just hard to connect with people.
Right.
Um, and so I didn't expect to like really take anybody outside of that dinner, but I've taken all of you.
Right.
Um, So it was a good experience.
That's good. Okay, so I'm surprised. So you didn't think that you were gonna like, you just felt like, okay, let me try this and that's
I
it.
really
Okay.
did. I thought like, okay, I'm gonna go to this dinner,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's gonna be it.
Mm,
Um, just because like I've connected with women in the wild, like in person and stuff, and like a lot
right.
of it never comes, nothing ever comes out of
Right.
it. And so, and it could be for a myriad of reasons, but
Yeah.
just assume like, oh, we're gonna go to this dinner, we're gonna have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably the last time I'm gonna see any of these people.
Mm.
But I was
I did
pleasantly
not know
surprised.
that.
Yes.
I did not know that. I can't wait till we get off because I'm gonna go in the chat and be like, "Y'all, I feel bamboozled. She came here thinking like she just is gonna dismiss us at the end of the
No,
night."
not just no, not dismiss y'all. I just thought like there wasn't going to be any follow up.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
like it was just going to be like, oh, okay, well, this was fun, and everybody
Mm-hmm.
was just going to go their separate ways, and it was just going to be a story that everybody had,
Mm-hmm.
rather than there being follow up and continuing to grow the connections.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so do you consider yourself? I feel like I know the answer, but do you feel like you're an introvert or an
You're going to
extrovert?
be so surprised about this. I am an introvert.
I'm kind of not though.
Really?
No,
Okay, good.
I'm
I'm
kind of not.
I'm super super introverted.
hmm
Um, like when I go out
hmm
and I'm sociable,
Yeah.
I need a day to recover. I need a day of silence. I need a day of like, we're not doing any talking. I don't want to text. I don't want to call. I don't want to do anything. I just need to be silent.
Okay.
But, um, and I think this is probably through just work.
Yeah.
You have to be engaging when you're.
hmm
You can't just say, "Well, I'm introverted," and rest on your laurels with that. If you want to formulate connections, you have to be engaging. And so I try to go out when I'm with people or when I'm going out, even just like hanging out regularly, like to still be engaging and welcoming, because that's the point. That's the whole point of me going out. That's the whole point of me hanging out with
Right.
friends.
But do you think people struggle with that, like strangers? So, okay, if I'm going out, and if you're an introvert, because people will be surprised, I am. Like, I will sit there and be quiet
Uh-huh. Okay.
because I'm very observing. I'm like, okay, let me scope it out. But I like bringing people together, so I've always had to be like the connector.
Hmm.
Um, but do you think, because a lot of people at DM be like, oh, I'm an introvert, right? Um, do you think it like we struggle with making friendships or building community because we're not like good at being curious and asking people questions and engaging? Do you think that's a part of the reason?
I absolutely think that it contributes for sure.
Okay.
Um, and that was a problem for me
hmm
for a long time. I wasn't. I'm an I'm an observer too. Um,
hmm
but what I realized is that I was observing too long.
Mm,
So I would give myself a time period, like, okay, in 15 minutes, you're gonna know where the exits are. You're gonna know what the vibe is. You're gonna know if you're dressed appropriately. All the things that
yeah.
are running through your head,
Right.
and you can move on to the next phase of like being sociable and having a good time. Um,
Okay.
I think I got so caught up in that, like, let me see what's going on in an effort to try to control.
Mm,
That's what it was for me anyway. Like if I can figure out what's going on, I can control how I'm perceived. I can control what connections I make. And it's just like, I don't have to control it. I can just go with the flow, and whatever happens, happens. It's
right.
okay.
That's good. Don't come for me because me and my therapist was talking about that today about me having issues with control.
It's a problem for me. Problem for me too. It's a problem.
But it makes sense because yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, nah, I'm gonna just observe and when I want to talk, I will talk. Okay, so why do you think it's so hard for women specifically to make friends and build community?
I think it's probably a lot of reasons. One that I can think of off of the top of my head is that it's work. Like it's
Mm,
not, when you're young, you make friends and it's easy. Like
Yeah.
you go to school together, you talk on the phone, you have a lot of the same commonalities. Cool, we're friends.
Right.
It's like, where can I fit you in my schedule? I have
Mm-hmm.
kids, I have a husband, I have a boyfriend, I'm traveling, I have
Right.
work. And so you still have to, you have to actually put forth effort
Mm-hmm.
into not only meeting people, but like facilitating that friendship further.
Yeah.
And it can be exhausting
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
Yeah. I could see that. I think that I think it's easy to just be like, oh, I don't feel like it. Like I'm not going. I'll catch you next time. And then you look and it's been like 6 months and you not doing anything but in the house and going to work. Um, so
Yes.
so for somebody, no. So yeah, for somebody that is considering like coming to Cedar with strangers, what is something you would tell them? Like, what was your favorite thing?
My favorite thing,
Hmm.
I love the questions that you made. So it was like, I had questions prepared, like to be,
Really?
I can't tell you what they are now, but I had questions prepared because I was like, we're not going to be in here silent. Like, we're going to talk. We're going to have some
Right.
questions. Like, I'll have like conversation cards. I take
Hmm.
them with me
Hmm.
everywhere. So I can just be like, oh, okay, well, what do you think about this? So I like that you already had the questions available. So it took some of the pressure. It took a lot of the pressure, not even some of the pressure, a
Right.
lot of the pressure off. Because we already have topics to talk about and
Hmm.
find commonalities within them.
Right. Okay. Okay. I think that's everybody. Everybody's surprised when I'm like, we wasn't just gonna be sitting here looking at each other like I can't do that. Like, because of my attention span, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay. Um, okay, so the follow up. This is something I want feedback from you. I didn't tell you I was gonna ask you this,
Oh,
but
surprise.
surprise, surprise. Okay, so if for what you liked, because you said originally you just thought like, okay, this would be a really good experience. It'll be something you'd be able to tell people that you did and you move on. You didn't think that there was going to be like a follow up. So what I am seeing, y'all are like, I don't want to give y'all too much props because then y'all gonna show out. But y'all are the most consistent so far with all of the groups of like that we still communicate. Like we actively, I don't even know all the places we have been since then, but we've been outside with each other.
Outside.
Um, right.
Oh,
We've been outside. We went to the museum. We of
mm-hmm.
course are gonna go eat.
Mm-hmm.
And when it gets warmer, maybe we'll do more. But what for you made it like that you wanted to like try to continue to make the connection? Because we were talking about how like it's weird, like you meet somebody and it goes from like stranger to like now I don't know what to call you because we're not friends yet.
Right.
But what made you say like, okay, I'm gonna keep like trying to engage with these ladies?
I honestly, okay, so it was a push outside my comfort zone for
Hmm.
sure. Because it's still, like I said, I'm introverted. It's
Hmm.
still daunting
Hmm.
to put yourself out there with strangers. But I like that. I thought that we all had a really good time.
We did.
And then when you followed up with the second outing
Hmm.
and everybody was present because your friend did she lives further
Right.
away, so
She lives
what
in
but
Virginia Beach.
yeah,
Hmm.
so everybody that was local made an effort to come, and I was like, oh, okay, well, everybody's serious.
Hmm.
It's like, that's cool, I like that. And then just growing through that, like seeing everybody else's consistency made me more consistent.
Mm, gotcha.
Like a low touch
Hmm.
friend um in general, because I'm just like, everybody has their own life, whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's actually really nice that we have like regular updates and everything. I feel like our group has made me be cognizant of how I can be a better friend
Mm,
to my current friends.
yeah, that's true. I'll look and I'm like, oh man, I didn't respond in the chat yet. let me get over there and respond. And I think that it's made it easier that like it doesn't feel. I don't know, because I mean, friendships are work. We try to act like it's not, but they are. I think it's because yeah, everybody. I see everybody put in the effort. Everybody is like, it could be something random or like, hey y'all, let's try this. And you know what? For me, I'm gonna be honest because I am the facilitator and I am facilitating all of these different dinners and I love it. But once it comes to the second one and then after that, I like that like somebody else was like, "Hey, let's try this." And I was like, "Oh, yes. It is now not all on me." It is now like we have made a collective effort. I think everybody in the group has like suggested something.
Hmm.
So, I think that's the part that like I appreciate because it's like, yeah, I can try and I can do my part and everybody can show up. And then when we do the second like coffee date, then it's like I'd like to see like, okay, are you willing to be invested? So
Right.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. That's my thank you for all of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Do you have anything you want to add? Anything you want to, tell the people?
Um, if you are considering, like, if you're on the fence
Hmm.
about going to a dinner, like, just go. And like we talked about earlier, try not to get too in your head or try to control or whatever the case may be. Just go with the intentions that you're going to have a good meal. You're going to meet some good people. Hopefully, you do a good screening process.
I
So,
do. That's why people don't know. I asked for your social media for a reason. I'm like, okay, I'm be trying to keep us all safe.
but you're gonna have a good meal. You're gonna have good
Hmm.
people, and you're gonna have a good conversation. And so, just really lean into that. Be
Yeah.
intentional with like if you're saying you want to make connections, then put on your "I want to make connections" uniform, and put in the effort on your part.
Y'all heard her. All of that. I appreciate you because sorry, day of not doing nothing because it's
I'm
snowing.
telling you, I've been right here cleaning up. They've expected me to work. I don't have time for that.
I cannot. I needed to wrap it on up though. Like it's still snowing.
I'm
Had enough.
period. Yes. Can we get this?
Yeah.
Where's where is spring?
I don't know, but
On
it's not here. Okay, so ladies, so y'all don't know, or maybe y'all do know. I don't ever tell y'all exactly when it is because I just don't do that. But if you sign up for the newsletter, you find out before everybody else, there is something dropping the end of this month. If you're on a newsletter, you'll find out before everybody else. And if you've already been to a dinner, I ain't even tell y'all because I was gonna tell y'all, but I ain't want y'all to cheat. But if you've already been to a dinner, there's like an activity based only invite to people who've already been to a dinner and it's like limited seats. So I'm gonna send that out before the night is over. Y'all will get an email because y'all I got y'all emails. So that is it. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for getting on because you ain't have to.
Thanks again for having me. It was a joy,
You're
always.
you're welcome. And y'all I be trying to tell her to do a podcast. I ain't saying that you all gonna like what she talking about because she be talking spicy, but you should. That's why people gonna try to follow you. They gonna not believe that you're an introvert.
A mess.
You don't give off introvert vibes on the internet.
That's why it's only 200 people.
I mean, you know what? Makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. Okay. All right. Well, I will see you in the chat at some point.
Indeed, indeed. I'll be there.
All
All right.
right. Bye.